You can call Joe Budden a lot of things, but I don't think you can call him broke. Okay, Joe Budden sat down with the New York Times willingly, and opened up the books. Previously Joe had mistakenly leaked how much he was making on Patreon. So to step and get in front of that story, I know what you're doing, Joe. He decided to open up the books for New York Times. Now the rest of you citizens should really mind your business. But for the content creator and the yappers, let's get into it and see how much Joe is really making out here. A well-written article. Is it pocket watching if the person gives you the information? Absolutely not. Okay. So right there at the bottom tells you Joe Budden's network is on pace to generate more than $20 million this year. Let's see how they are getting to that number. Money going in, money going out. This is so fun for me because inspire me, you capitalist. Now, I do want to mention Joe and his business partner, Ian. The reason why they're doing this is because they want to make a broader argument for maintaining independence as a creator. That's the whole theme of this whole thing. So money coming in alone, just off Patreon subs, we're looking at most likely more than $12 million this year, about $1 million a month just off Patreon. That's Jesus Christ. Got some ad money here. The real important thing is how they try not to oversaturate with ads. They do tell you that they do actually, sort of work their own ads. They don't really, like they said up here, they sell their own ads, right? Other podcasters will team up with large networks. So basically they're saying they get more control over their ads, all right? Unless I missed it, something I don't see in the article here is YouTube subs. Now, remember, we're going to talk about that a lot more later, but remember when he had the Spotify deal. You got to be a real pod fan to understand this. They had the Spotify deal, and I believe it was 2 years exclusively, 44 million, something like that. But they wanted to be Spotify only. And that YouTube money is crazy, right? You can get ad money off YouTube, memberships on YouTube. So I do want to point that out. So you get ad money. You get the Patreon, you get the YouTube money, and you get the other podcasts that are going out there. It's a lot of money. Now, money going out, let's talk expenses. So one of the biggest expenses for the company is the $1.5 million annually for the co-hosts. I believe they have 7, right? And some other casts that don't really show up. But anyway, you divide that, 7 people, 1.5 million, north of about $200,000 per person if everybody's getting paid equally. So that's how much the Joe Budden podcast pays a year. Not bad at all. Now some more money going out. They got the expenses. Remember the condo issue, $2 million or so per year. I'm sorry, $2 million is what they're looking to pay for the condo instead of renting it out right there, right? The company's in the process of purchasing for roughly $2 million the waterfront condo. I remember that episode where Joe was talking and shit and showing off. So I'm guessing there would be no more rental expense. The inspiring part, though, I will say here is that Joe was talking about how he started off on Complex. He was on an allowance, $500 a week. Am I reading that right? Him and Ack? What does that mean? What do you mean $500 a week? Whatever. Okay. But anyway, then he also talks about the 2018 and 2020. He had a licensing agreement with Spotify that paid the show less than $2 million per year. And then I believe they wanted to do a new deal. And that's right there, right? I remember Joe and Spotify was going at it crazy before it led to the Maul and Rory split up. 44 million over 2 years is what they were going to do, but it would have removed all content from YouTube. That's just weird. There is some additional information here. Some of y'all want to just look real quick if you're not going to go read the article for yourself. But I will say this. I appreciate Joe for giving us this information. And just remember,